Welcome back. In our previous videos, we explored async and await functionality. Now, we are diving into a critical aspect of AI agent development, security. Let's join Mike Sale as he demonstrates how to implement authentication in SmythOS.
Okay, so for authentication, we have here a simple classic arcade game. Ping, or a Pong technically is the name of the game, and it basically takes a ping and outputs a Pong. Not very difficult, right? We're just going to echo Pong every time we get an input, and then push that out. So if we try and run that, we don't have the header here for, here, let's go ahead and delete that. This is just an API call to this particular endpoint. So if I turn on debug.
Mike is using a simple example to illustrate authentication.
You're going to see that this fails because I don't have the access token that's required, right? And that's because we've gone into, after we've set up a deployment, it has to be a deployment, we've set up bearer API key, right? So bearer API key is a standard method of authorization for a lot of API keys.
The bearer API key is a crucial concept in securing your agents. It's a common method used across various APIs.
It's something you'll see in other APIs all the time. So when you have this kind of setup and you pass that on to your integration developers, I don't know exactly what to do. This token can be anything at all, anything you like. It's not important as to what it quote unquote should be, but you can also use a little tool like this to actually generate your API key for you. Let's say you want to go ahead and generate a key of a length of 30 characters. You can use this. So this actually allows you to go ahead and create and set one that you know is going to be pretty secure and is not going to run into many problems. You can then just take this and go to your agent and then add it here. We'll also suggest adding it to your vault. And just to give you an idea here, so when we go back into here, we're like, we have to add authorization. So this is a particular kind of header. This is a standard or a norm, and you could put bearer, and then take that, and you can actually add your key yourself, which is where you can call it this and then drop in that that key that you just created over here into here. In this case, I've actually already created it, and it's there.
Mike's showing us how to generate secure API keys. This emphasizes the importance of using strong, unique keys for each agent to maintain security.
It takes up a little bit more space than that line shows. So now we have the API key in the header. Makes things nice and simple. So now let's see if this works. Let me try and run it again. And it worked that time. So this, pretty simple. All you do, go select bearer API key, add a token. In my case, I like to keep that token inside the vault. I showed you how to add it to the vault. And then when you call it, you can call it from here. But you're like, wait a minute, this is already inside of Smyth, and you've got everything all set up. This is really, really nice and easy. How about I need to test it so that I make sure that when I hand this off to developers, it's going to work. It's like, well, guess what? You can go ahead and export and import into Postman. Let's go to our downloads. There's our Playground Postman for our Playground agent.
Storing sensitive information like API keys in a secure vault is best practice we always recommend. It adds an extra layer of security to your agents.
Let me find Postman here and pull it into the window. Okay, can you guys see this? Wonderful. All right, so what we're going to do is we now have a Postman export that we can now import. And can anybody tell me where it's going to be? It's going to create a new collection called Playground for my agent, and it's going to just give us the content here that we need to push. And there's the headers. And do we have any authorization here? Well, let's find out. I'm sorry, Act6 token is required. So now in this case, you can actually use variables inside of Postman, but I'm going to go ahead and grab my super secret token so that, and then add it. There's two ways that you can add it inside of Postman. Ultimately, the way things look are exactly the same. This one is a bearer token, and it essentially says, hey, what can I use here? And you go ahead and pop that in, and let's see what happens now. It came back with Palm. In other words, it's working. But let's say I go back to no auth, and I want to add it as a header. Can anybody tell me what I need to add in here? It's going to look exactly the same, isn't it? And in fact, Postman helps you out a little bit. And the value is our key. Will this work? Anybody? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me see. Can people give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Do they think this will work? This will not work. Can anybody tell me why? Let's go ahead and show you. Access token is required. What's the kind of authorization that we put together here? If you recall, it's bearer. That means that in my value for the authorization, I have to add the prefix of bearer and then a space. Now it will work. Sorry, inducing errors a little bit just to give people, kind of keep you on your toes.
Mike is now showing how to test your secured agent using Postman. This kind of practical testing is crucial when developing your agents for real-world applications.
That means that in my value for the authorization, I have to add the prefix of bearer and then a space. Now it will work.
This is a key point. The bearer prefix is essential for the token to work correctly. These small details that can make a big difference in your AI agent's functionality.
So now, important thing to understand about authenticated agents and the use of your agent as a chatbot. You can't. This is the simple answer here. So if we go ahead and open this up, this is essentially our agent, and we're going to throw up a chatbot. If we tried to run our actual skill here, it will fail because the agent has authorization on it, because the chatbot requires that there's no authorization. There's a good reason for this. To add the key into the HTML that gets deployed just exposes that key to anybody and everybody, including scrapers and bots that are looking for exactly this kind of foolishness. So you can't if you lock down your agent, you can't use the Smith chatbot. You have to have a different chat mechanism that will actually use the authentication and authorization technique that we have here, which is a bearer token. Okay, so big caveat with when you actually do this and you add authentication, you cannot use the chatbot for your agent. It breaks it.
Mike is highlighting an important limitation. Understanding these constraints is crucial when designing your AI agent architecture. As we've seen, securing your AI agents is a critical step in development. From generating secure API keys to properly implementing bearer tokens, these practices ensure your agents are robust and protected. Remember, while authentication adds a layer of protection, it also impacts how your agent can be used, such as with built-in chatbots. In our next video, we'll be exploring the future of SmythOS and industry trends in AI. Mike will share insights on upcoming features and how they align with the broader developments in the AI technology. A very important video not to miss. Thanks for joining us in this video, and until next time, keep innovating and keep it secure.